Here's what went down Thursday, November 6, 2025 on Beyond the Gates. When Danny wasn't a single lady wanting to put a ring on it, Diego still had it bad for Vanessa, and Jacob provided a medical update about Elon. On Beyond the Gates, Vanessa found Diego at the country club and asked him what he was doing that evening. Diego eagerly said he was free, to which Vanessa replied that she was sending him on a date. Seeing and enjoying Diego's confusion, Vanessa announced that she was now Diego's supervisor at escort service Heart Attach. Diego was dismayed to learn that Joey knew about his dalliances with Vanessa and declared that it had never been business for him. Vanessa thought it brilliant that Joey had planted Diego at the club so he could land bored rich women. Diego realized that Vanessa had a thing going with Joey and noted that one man had never been able to satisfy her. Vanessa told Diego to save his passion for the clients and went on her way. Isaiah confronted Joey at the Lakeview. It looked as if the two men had ill will between them, but it soon became evident that they shared a pleasant history instead. Joey was surprised to see Isaiah back in town, joking that Isaiah must have blown all his crypto. Isaiah laughed that there were no scandals or secret babies. He just needed a fresh start since he had worn out his welcome with a woman out west. Joey was pragmatic when he confirmed to Isaiah that he had gotten a divorce since their last meeting. Joey was stunned that Isaiah had gone from boosting cars and hustling dime bags to becoming an academic advisor at Banneker University. Isaiah acknowledged that he wanted to help kids who had fallen through the cracks, as he had. Joey recalled that Elon had always had a limited view of success. Joey had been happy to pull Isaiah off the ledge, as Isaiah put it, and told the young man that he could still turn to him. Vanessa entered and Isaiah took his leave. Vanessa remembered seeing Isaiah at Jacob's wedding to Naomi, and that Isaiah had stormed off after a fight with Elon during the reception. Joey admitted he had initially hired Isaiah to use him as the son of the chief of police, but he had seen Isaiah's intelligence, even when he was getting arrested on purpose to annoy Elon. After Vanessa heard that Joey had pushed for Isaiah to get his degree somewhere far away, she was impressed that he demonstrated a paternal streak. Joey accompanied Vanessa to Uptown and was a bit bothered that she kept eyeing Diego, who was across the room with a woman. Vanessa explained that Diego's date was the valuable Lolly Salinger, who could come in handy. Joey liked that Vanessa was keeping close watch on Diego. Vanessa boasted that she brought her experience as a Heart Attach customer to her management style, but Joey didn't want her fooling around with Diego or the other male employees. The realtor, Madame, noticed that the comment had been the second time that Joey had mentioned keeping her hands clean and wondered if he felt threatened. He denied it, but Vanessa said she had only had an open marriage with Doug because he hadn't excited her. Joey, on the other hand, was a one-stop shop as far as Vanessa was concerned. Also at Uptown, Jacob ordered Naomi a strawberry margarita to celebrate a legal victory of hers. Naomi winked that Jacob was trying to get her tipsy. Jacob hoped she might end up taking advantage of her husband. Before the flirtation could continue, the Hawthornes noticed Derek drinking alone and found out that Ashley now hated him because she had caught him standing. Naomi was shocked at Derek's progress at first, but when Derek acknowledged that Jacob had been right for pushing him to tell Ashley, Naomi realized that Jacob had been privy to Derek's secret and became annoyed. Jacob didn't want Naomi blowing up on Derek yet again, but Naomi said that Ashley giving Derek his ring back had served him right. Derek didn't want Naomi angry at Jacob, as Jacob had been against being caught up in Derek's lie. Naomi fumed that the two worked off of some bro code that had the men making the decisions while the women remained in the dark. Naomi took off to talk to Ashley, assuring Derek that he would not be staying with her and Jacob that night. At Orphe Jean's, Jacob ran into Isaiah, who had forgotten that that particular day of the week had always been their family's fried chicken night. Isaiah remembered them fondly and was surprised that the overworked Elon had never given himself a heart attack with the greasy food. But Jacob sheepishly revealed that Elon had, in fact, suffered a coronary years earlier and had required a stent. When Isaiah was upset over not being told, Jacob tried to explain that he and Elon hadn't been on speaking terms at the time, and that Elon had wanted a lid kept on his condition, else he'd be pulled off the force. Jacob wanted Isaiah to come to terms with Elon, because their mother, Darlene, ached over the friction between them. Isaiah spat that his career contributed to society just as much as law enforcement did, and that he received support from someone else, even if Elon couldn't provide it. Danny beat Andre at cards, then wanted to call Pamela with the news that Andre had decided to participate in the Forrester Creations photo shoot alongside her. Andre playfully snatched her phone, reasoning that Danny and Pamela would be yapping all night, depriving him of any attention. He gave Danny the choice of her phone or his shirt. She ended up taking the device back, but when Andre tossed his pants and underwear at her from the other room, Danny voted Pamela down. After making love, Andre felt that something had changed between him and Danny. "Don't question it," Danny beamed, sensing the difference as well. She decided that, while in LA, they should get custom-made wedding rings to replace the cigar bands they'd had to do with during their ceremony in Vegas. Andre liked the idea and proposed that their voyage to the City of Angels serve as the honeymoon they hadn't ended up taking. Danny accepted, though she had to go downstairs to meet the arriving Naomi. When Jan heard about Derek's plan to surprise Ashley by standing up at the altar, Jan thought it was sweet, but Ashley fumed that it would have been the culmination of months of deception. Ashley felt that Derek had weaponized her sympathy by letting her take care of him when he clearly wasn't completely paraplegic. After Jan intuited that Ashley had been feeling guilty, Ashley took out Andre's collage, but swore that she hadn't done anything to pursue Andre since her engagement to Derek. Ashley railed about Derek pressuring her to pick a wedding date in front of Naomi and Jacob, the same tactic he had used with his now or never approach during his first proposal. Jan wondered if Derek's accident hadn't affected his judgment, more than anyone had realized, with the rescuer suddenly needing rescued. And Ms. Morgan observed that fear and shame made people do terrible things. Ashley faulted Derek for lying to keep her, but Jan point-blank asked Ashley what she would have done if Derek had accused her of being in love with Andre. Jan came to think that Derek had suspected where Ashley's heart really lay, and Ashley couldn't deny that perhaps she had been fooling herself. Later, Naomi came by, and Ashley berated herself for not seeing Derek's improvement despite being a trained nurse. Hearing that Jacob knew about Derek being on the mend, Ashley didn't want Jacob to be blamed and labeled herself the real coward for stuffing her feelings for Andre. Naomi cringed at Andre being referred to as her stepfather. Ashley couldn't help wondering if there was still a possibility with the shutterbug, because he had described his marriage to Danny as situational, and remarked that it would last as long as it lasted. Though Naomi wasn't totally on board with her mother's marriage, she didn't want Ashley making a move to topple it. She would not allow a repeat of Haley, Naomi stated firmly. Danny had already been through enough heartache with Bill, Naomi said, and she didn't want to see Ashley taking Andre away from her. Ashley wasn't unaware of the prospect that Andre might not share her feelings anymore. When Naomi arrived at her house, Danny gushed about flying to LA with Andre for the Forrester shoot, which had Naomi tight-lipped. The lawyer finally encouraged her mother to be careful, telling her, "It's not your judgment I'm worried about." Meanwhile, Andre went to Ashley after receiving her text and heard about her split with Derek. Ashley decided that Andre had been right when he'd said that Derek was her comfort zone, crying that she hadn't been honest. Was it too late for them? Ashley asked Andre. Andre was stunned, revealing that he was about to head to Los Angeles with Danny, a trip they'd defined as a honeymoon. Though Ashley sobbed that Derek's betrayal had made her realize what she really wanted, Andre gently opined that Ashley was reaching out for something familiar in her hurt. He promised to be there for her, but not in that way. Ashley was floored when Andre added, "I think I'm falling in love with my wife." Ashley understood, but the moment Andre left, she collapsed in tears. Beyond the Gates airs weekdays on CBS and streams on Paramount+.